This is TWiT.
We mentioned last week they have $250 billion in cash, $250 billion in cash, most of it overseas. And you're right, they're waiting for repatriation. But it's also important to point out that Apple is the largest single taxpayer in the country, $15.8 billion last year in taxes.
And that's only accounting for Apple's their contributions, directly. That's I believe their sales tax and their corporate tax.
No, $15.8 billion on income taxes alone.
Okay, that's cool. So then what you're not adding is the sales tax, and the sales tax is going to be bigger than that. And then what you're not also adding is how much tax their employees pay, and then you're not all adding how much people are making. The estimate I saw, I can't find it, but it was north of $20 billion from employees and contract people who build into the the contractors, the people who build into the App Store within the United States. All those things. So you're talking, $35 billion contributed by the company in one way or another.
Yeah. Apple's tax rate, despite the double Irish with a Dutch sandwich, is 25.8%. Now, the statutory corporate tax rate is 35%. So, in effect, what they're doing eliminates about 10% in tax by, clever accounting. On the other hand, you look at Microsoft, which had $20 billion in foreign income in 2016, and their income tax expense was $3.3 billion. They pay a mere 16.5% in taxes. Google, 19%. So Apple, for all the criticism Apple gets for hiding, its revenues overseas, they pay a much higher tax rate than either Google or Microsoft.
Well, I think part of that is that so much of their income is based on hardware.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think that's hardware versus software.
Is that it? Okay. Although we said for so long, it seems foolish now. I used to say, whose wallet would you rather have, Steve Jobs or Bill Gates? And it always was Bill Gates, because you can make a lot more money on an intangible good like software, because but there's no cost of goods, or relatively little cost of goods. But that's flip-flopped. That flip-flopped years ago. And of course, for years, Microsoft wished it had Steve Jobs or Tim Cook's wallet, General Electric had a tax rate of minus 4.5%.
Wait a second. So we're paying General Electric to exist as taxpayers?
I don't quite understand that. In effect, they got a $400 million tax benefit.
I don't even use GE light bulbs, so I don't know where that's coming from.
And I don't think that I believe, and I'm not totally sure, but I believe that what that benefit is that gets carried over to the next year. It's not like the government's writing them a check for $400 million.
I certainly hope not. They might have gotten a refund though.
I don't. Yeah.
No.
I don't think so.
I'm just joking.
Yeah. But I think that that's that benefit of losses that were so great, or something, or so many expenses or depreciated hardware that allows them to.
Exxon, for instance, oil companies have famous tax credits. Zero taxes in 2016. Although the company says in the decade they paid $110 billion over 10 years. Okay, fine. So, I think one of the things this tells you is we got to reform the corporate tax system. It's clearly all over the place.
Yeah.